Okay. All right, friends. We trying out some new stream stuff, and we're gonna see what the heck we're doing here. So can't tell who's online, can't tell who's following, but I'll figure all this out, I guess. If you're watching, I guess put something in the chat. Well, it shows 0 people in the chat, so that's cool. I wonder. All right, so it's not showing. Hey, there I am. Okay, cool. It looks like I'm live on Substack. Looks. All right, I gotta mute it there though, because I don't think I can see the chat. What's up, everybody? It's your pal Seth, and I am experimenting this morning with streaming to both Substack and YouTube at the same time. I have no idea what I'm doing, but thanks for joining along. Thanks for hanging out with me. What's going on, everybody? What's happening? If you're in the chat, say hi. Love to know what the current weather conditions. Hello, Jack. I'd love to know what the current weather conditions are in your world as I try to figure out what the heck StreamYard is. That's what I'm trying to do. I hope you can hear me fine. Again, this is all kind of new to me. Streaming on StreamYard, everybody, to both Substack and YouTube. It's wild. So lose some of the functionality, I think, because right now I don't know that this alerts everybody to the live on Substack as it normally does. But right now, whatever, it says, we got like 6 people there, it says. I don't know how many people are on YouTube, but hello, one and all. I'm still just trying to figure out some of this StreamYard stuff. So thanks for hanging out. Jack, I didn't even have to ask. I love that. Yeah, anyone that's hanging out, anyone that's new, anyone's at Debbie Wheel is here, hanging out. Monica, yeah, I'm doing this with StreamYard, and yeah, it's all new to me. I am streaming in 2 spaces at the same time. I am in 2 places in the same time. I apparently am on Substack here, and I'm also on YouTube, which is terrifying. So, yeah, Weil. Sorry, Debbie. Debbie Weil, what's up? Thanks for hanging out. Debbie, thanks for inspiring one of today's this week's Zoom calls about turning notes into newsletters. That's going to be a fun one. Always love seeing that. Hanukkah, I am. I'm going quantum. I'm 2 places at this 2 Seths in 2 different locations. How does that happen? It's a quantum quandary, really. So everybody, this is very spontaneous live, as I do. I don't tend to like schedule these at all. But I'm in 2 places at the same time, YouTube and Substack. I'd love to know what the weather conditions are in your neck of the woods. So if you'd like to pop that into the chat, that'd be great. Always fun seeing that. I love to see where people are dialing in from. We're going to minimize this. And there's just too much going on the screen right now. This is bonkers. So, and I'm looking too. I'm on StreamYard. Oh, Debbie, eye surgery. You're no fun this week. No fun. Well, Debbie, it seems too in your household there's a lot of recovery and surgery and all that kind of stuff going on. That's what a bummer. What a bummer. I'm just trying to see how I can see. There's all this. There's so much here. Lucy, yes, they are Zenny glasses. Yes. Absolutely. $8 lens, $8 frames, but with progressive lenses. So they were a bit more than $8. Yeah, I love my Zennies. Look at that, everybody. I could do like banner border stuff. It's wild. It's wild over here. Oh, maybe you can't see that on Substack. Weird. Oh, there it is. Hey, look at that. All right, whatever. Yes, Jack, the that ticker tape is StreamYard for sure. All sorts of neat wild things to do here. David, I'm experimenting with StreamYard is what I'm doing. I'm simulcasting to both Substack and YouTube. There are a million options on StreamYard, everybody. When I talk to people about, hey, you should try streaming, do not try, don't jump into StreamYard. I don't think at your the first way you do it. So definitely just jump right into Substack Live. A lot easier, very chill, very nice. Oh, I think this is where it is. Edit name and headline. Yeah, look at this. I think I could do this. Yeah, look at that. Got my little social media escape club thing under there. All right, I figured out where and how to do that. Boop. Look at this. So fancy. Everybody, so what's up, Songletter? Always good to see you. Sorry, I got the chat over here and everything. David, it is paid. I think it's like $25 or $30 a month, maybe. We'll see. I'm just trying this out. I don't know if I'm going to regularly do this. Maybe there's this benefit of doing it on, because I'm going to go on YouTube right now and check out what's going on there. I'm going to see it. I'm going to see if I'm live on YouTube. I don't even know where to see me. My channel. There I am. All right. So my channel. Oh no, I got to mute it. Mute it. Okay. And there's nothing in the chat there. This is bananas. There's so much going. I have 3 of me on the screen right now. Monica, when I titled this, I was like, it's got to be coffee with Seth or whatever like that. But again, I have no coffee. I'm failing miserable at that. Sunny and a nice breeze today. Yeah, same here. Lucy, I have one of those bigger like pour over coffee things, the glass kind of thing with the handle, the cork thing. I don't know what the heck it's called. I just know I really like doing it that way. Love putting some cinnamon and maybe some coconut flakes sometimes in the grinds and steeping that through the through the old grinds there. So I really should have made coffee before this. This is bananas. Like I said, thank you, Jack. 3 screens of me. I'm just trying to figure out where, because apparently, all right, because I'm on YouTube as well. It's weird. There's no one there watching me there. Chemex, that's it. Thank you, Mark. Yeah, so I guess I'm over there on YouTube streaming. Chat is a little easier over there, I think, because I think you could put actual URLs in there. We'll just see what happens. We'll just see what happens. I wonder if, let me try that. Let me try copy, and let me put this into the chat. Hey. Wow. Yeah. Links work so much better on YouTube chat. I could put a link in there and you can actually click it. That's amazing. Kate, yeah, make some good, make a matcha. I just finished up my smoothie. Nice smoothie in my Starbucks cup. Julie's here. Welcome, welcome. Mark, again, thank you for that. It's a Chemex. Now I finally actually know what to tell people of how I make my coffee. It's a Chemex. Duh. I actually broke it. I was taking it out of the sink the other night. I was cleaning it for the next morning, and I smashed it against the faucet. Great fun, 9:30 at night, glass everywhere. That's what we do. That's what we do. All right. So, oh, and fun in StreamYard, I could see people when they leave comments on YouTube. So if you follow that YouTube link, that if you copy and paste it, good luck from Substack. If you put that, you can watch me on YouTube. I guess it's the same. But links are easier to click from there. Julie, yeah, what I did was I'm trying StreamYard. Monica, the links, no, on Substack, no links are clickable. Links are not clickable. Like I always have to tell people on Substack to just go to my profile or go to my publication. And then I make sure that I have, like on my publication, I have a hero post. I have a pinned post, which is what usually the stuff I'm promoting is my live calls each week. So rather than constantly try to put that link in Substack for people to not click because they can't click it from the chat, I'll just, hey, go to my profile, and you'll find it there. So, and then banners. Okay, so I can, what do I do here? Do I hide that? Can I turn that off? What do I do here? Ticker. There. Okay, that's off now. And see, yeah, you could do all these kind of cool things. You could use banners to summarize your talking points. So like hide, but then like I could edit that and be like beep, boop, thanks. Here we go. Got a question? Put it in the got a question. Look at that. Look at that, everybody. That's fun. Typing while on live. I think it's like typing when you're on a Zoom call with people and stuff. It's impossible. It's impossible to do. Monica, for some reason, the only alerts. Did anyone get an alert that I was doing a Substack live today? Because I launched this, I originated it from StreamYard. So I don't know that it sends out an alert for that. I don't think it does. Yeah, Jack. Yeah. I would assume, yeah, that the Substack's a little slower because StreamYard is like hooked directly. StreamYard is hooked directly. Like if you put something, Jack, if you put something in the chat on YouTube, it shows up in StreamYard for me. It shows up on the screen, actually. So, like, which is bananas. So, Danielle, you did receive an email and a notification from Substack. That's okay. That's interesting. Yeah, when I set all this up, because I set it up in StreamYard, everybody, this is apparently this is a Substack live stream tutorial. But if you set it up in StreamYard, there's not a lot of like buttons and things to press to make it live on Substack. So that's interesting. That did send out a notification, because when you set up a Substack live on Substack by itself, there's all sorts of like options, and one of them is like, do you want to alert everybody that you're going live? And myself, and I know a lot of others too, are like, no, I don't want to bother anybody. But I suggest you do, because the people that really love your work will want to check out your stuff. And other people, they can either figure out how to unsubscribe from those notifications, or they can unsubscribe totally. And that's on them. Bye. See ya. Like, so I'm not going to apologize for getting the word out to people that want to see my stuff, you know, or your stuff, like however it goes. So, Kelsey, great. Okay, everybody did receive an email. That's a lot of fun. Cool. Jack is here on YouTube. We are everywhere. We are quantumly confusing my brain. Okay, there I am. I'm back on Substack live. Okay. All right, that's good to know. Because again, if you go live on Substack live by itself, there's a button or an option to be like, do you want to alert everybody? Yes or no. When you do it on StreamYard, there is no notification. Can I reply to that? Cool. Okay. All right. I love that the chat shows up on the stream. That's really fun. But that's only if you chat on YouTube. If you put the chat in YouTube. The Substack chat does not show up here on StreamYard. Kelsey, yes. If they're bothered, they can unsubscribe. Bye-bye. Yep. Yeah. Cool. All right. This is fun. Now, you know, I guess the whole allure then of setting up and streaming on YouTube as well is, oh my goodness, there's so many more people there, right? And so who knows? Who knows? The only people watching, I think, on YouTube right now are people that originated on Substack. So, but who knows? Who knows? Again, just all right. Let me turn that off, and then I can. This is neat. That got a question? Put it in the chat. All right, let's try that. Show. Got a question? Put it in the chat. Yay, look at that. Okay, that's fun. That's fun. Wow, yeah, the Substack is really far behind with StreamYard. All right, whatever. It's fine. But hey, everybody, it's coffee time with Seth. Coffee, Seth, who didn't make any coffee for this, because I was just like, I gotta try streaming to both YouTube and Substack at the same time. I gotta try it out. Let's go. It's a quiet Wednesday morning here in Kutztown, Pennsylvania. It's 62 degrees Fahrenheit. Sunny, breezy. It's a nice day out here. But hey, if anyone's got a question for Seth, the guy who runs Social Media Escape Club, please put it in the chat. I'd love to help. Love to, you know, this isn't all just like let's help Seth. I appreciate the help. I appreciate the help. Everybody helping me troubleshoot Substack live to YouTube, StreamYard, everything else. Again, if you're looking to stream, you do not need to use StreamYard. You could just, it's a heck of a lot easier to just do it on Substack Live. I really encourage everyone. That's neat. There's a space on StreamYard too where I can see all the comments. That's cool. Style. There's widgets. I could do a poll and a QR code. There's notes I can put. Okay. That's me. A private chat. So I guess I can have specific people in the call with me, and then I can have a chat with them inside StreamYard. So I guess like I could invite people into StreamYard and have all this functionality, have the little scrolly thing. And I can have guests. I get okay. All right. This is recording too for me. That's kind of neat. All right. That's fun. Lucy, great question. I've been on Substack since 2021. I started my newsletter. It used to be called Heavy Metal Email. I work in the heavy metal world, hard rock, music world, and I really wanted to try to help heavy metal bands. I've been working in music for like 25 years, both editorial, behind the scenes, labels, all that kind of stuff. So I really wanted to help artists, heavy metal bands, start using email lists again. So I created an email list here on Substack and called it Heavy Metal Email. Now, I did that for a couple years, 2021 to 2023. In that time, a handful of people would comment or share my stuff and say, hey, this is for like heavy metal bands, but it also applies to photographers or artists or writers and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. I'm glad. Oh, wow. That some of this stuff's universal. And some people were picking up on that. So anyway, October of 2023, I did a 30-minute call with Sarah Fay. Everybody give it up for Sarah Fay, our Substack leader. And by the end of the call, it was like 25 minutes into the 30-minute call, and she's like, I don't like the name. And it was just like so Sarah. It was so great. I love Sarah Fay. And I was thinking of changing the name, but in the moment, I was just like, well, who the hell are you? Like, in the moment, that bit of ego and pride of me of like, no, I came up with this cool name. But she's like, I don't like the name. And in my gut, I knew I needed to change the name. That was but I needed that little kick in the pants from someone, and that was Sarah Fay. It's like, oh, you're right. You're right. I should change the name. So I did. To Social Media Escape Club. For years, I had been writing about having a social media escape plan, which if there's any heavy metal fans in the chat, that was a nod to the band Dillinger Escape Plan. And yeah, and the rest, as they say, is history. Social Media Escape Club. And here we are. And it's been a real fun time. Really, like since 2023, like things are really taken off. Subscriber wise and just like energy wise and stuff like energy, which I think is the most important part. Oh, Kelsey, there were people here on Substack before me. I think like 2019 or something like that. Yeah. Yeah. So, oh wait, I think there was a way to show a comment or something here. That's so silly. Then I can like highlight people's comments from YouTube. If you leave a comment on YouTube, I can like highlight it on the screen. So, what's up, everybody? If you're new, if you just popped into the chat, welcome. This has been me also testing. This is me live testing. I'm streaming on both YouTube and Substack at the same time. Dogs and cats living together, pandemonium. It's a lot of fun, and this was just a very spontaneous, like, let's just see what we can do. How does this work? And you're right here with me, helping me see how it works. So there is so wait, I can okay, I can post a comment in StreamYard and it shows up on YouTube. It does not show up over here on Substack. Colby, yeah, we gotta crawl. We gotta crawl now. We got like CNN. Yeah. Yeah, we're late breaking news. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that. I could switch between the two. Look at that. Upcoming calls. Upcoming Zoom calls. And then I could just switch to that one. Wow. Neato. So I guess I could combine the two. So wild. I really like this. I funky background. Anybody check that out? Woo! Kind of weird that it doesn't move. I think it would be move. There's sounds too, and I'm really afraid to try out any of these sounds. Colby, there is no early breaking news here in Social Media Escape Club world. I got my new coffee maker in the mail yesterday. I'm very excited about that. The breaking news is this is on YouTube as well. That's the breaking news. So, all right, we're just gonna get rid of that. All right, people, we're gonna do sound. I don't think I can hear anything. I don't have headphones on for this, but let's try bounce. Let's see what happens here. Okay. Hopefully someone heard that. I guess I don't even have my headphones around. I figure I don't need them, so. Go for the sound. I did. I hope someone heard the bounce. There's background music too. Okay. I gotta get headphones now. I gotta hear what this sounds like. Where's my headphones? Why are my headphones right there? Thank you for your patience, everybody. Thank you for putting up with my theatrics here on a Substack slash. Heard the bounce. Great. All right, I want to hear the bounce. I'm going to do the bounce one more time. Ready? Here we go. I didn't even hear anything. Why didn't I hear anything? Well, I wonder if it's going out of my Scarlett audio speaker. Okay, there it is. There. What if I played the bounce sound every time someone showed up in the chat? Welcome, Katie. Welcome, Thomas. Okay, I'm sorry. Everybody, if you're new to the chat, this is not a regular Substack live. This is very much experimental. I'm testing out StreamYard. I'm streaming to both Substack and YouTube at the same time. It's wild. So I promise no more bounce sounds. Does it echo for you? No, it didn't really echo. Weird. I wonder why that might have echoed. No echo for me. I wonder why you might have echo. maybe it's headphones or no, I don't know. I don't know why that would be. I also have music here that I can play. There's some music in the background, everybody. That's some lo-fi music. What the heck? We are jamming now. We are jamming. Has anyone else ever been on a Zoom call that has music playing? I was on Lex Roman's. They had a like a online mixer thing, and we're gonna stop the music. So Lex Roman had like an actual musician on the call, like playing music. It was wild. We would be in like breakout rooms, and then we would come back, and I forget their name, but they were just there jamming. They were playing guitar and singing. It was wild. So all sorts of things you could do with Zoom. What are these overlays? That's the overlay, I guess. Thanks, StreamYard. Breaking news. Colby, that's a good idea. Kate, that Lex event was it was too much for me. I very much appreciated it. It was a lot. It was just too much. It was like I need chill on a Zoom call. Being like in all these different Zoom room, like go. It was just too fast for me. It was just not. It was a great production. It was fantastic. Yeah, but Lex does great work. Music and costumes, why not? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there's all these fun things we can do on Zoom. And I always think like when people say when I tell people I do 3 Zoom calls a week, at least with Social Media Escape Club, people are like, "Oh my goodness, that must be exhausting." No, good Zoom calls are fun. Good Zoom calls give you energy. So, yeah. Oh my goodness, we have pardon me, I might say your name wrong. Probably a good chance of that. Jess Karin. I hope I'm saying that right. But love your work. Love all that fun stuff that you write about social media and all that stuff. I'm glad you are doing that work. That is important work. Let's see. I can yeah. Oh, you know what? Let me that's right. The social juice. Let me bring that up. Everyone, I want to highlight this amazing work that oh, I can't. Oh no, I can't share my screen. Oh wait, I have to do it in StreamYard. Oh boy, everybody, let's see what might happen here. Share screen. Here we go. There we go. Okay. Okay. I hope you can see. Oh, the share. Does that show up right? Sharing this tab to StreamYard, it says. But oh, there it is. Oh my, look at that. Okay, yeah. Everybody, this is the social juice. Amazing, like really like deep dives on if you're super duper interested in the ins and outs of the social media and where it's heading and all the different tech companies and all that kind of stuff, like, yeah, you want to be subscribed to the Social Juice. Amazing stuff on here. I'm glad to see again. I hope I'm saying your name right, but yeah. So that's a great publication for anyone. Again, like the ins and outs, like, oh, Instagram changed this today, or Facebook is doing this. Like, Social Juice, great place to get all that. So now I have to figure out how to get back to. Okay, I want to. There we go. Okay. Oh, this is hard. All this clicking around and and just Jess Karin, again, hope I'm saying your name right, is doing a Substack live in 1 hour and 18 minutes. So head on over to that profile. I'm going to put that in the chat. Where am I putting it in the chat? I don't even know. I have so many windows open. There it is, the Social Juice. Go check that out. Everybody, I'm testing out StreamYard, which is why things feel a little bit off maybe for me, because I'm trying to keep up with both the Substack chat and just, I guess I don't really need to have me up on, I don't need to monitor myself on YouTube, but there I am. Wild. But also at the heart of all this, please, if you got questions, ooh, Monica, a how-to guide for cross platforms for lives. I don't think I'm the man for the job. I don't think I'm up for that. I think the possibility of, where's my chat? I don't even see my chat anymore. There it is. Yeah, I don't think I'm the person for that job. That's a lot of work. Ooh. But the big thing with any live, and I want stress for anybody, I might as well put out some let me get some thoughts on this, is doing a Substack live, that's the way I first started doing this. Was like, let me try this. Like, not many people will see me make a bunch of mistakes, and in the beginning no one did, because no one showed up, and it was great. It was fine, so you should definitely do that too, because I think it really adds a big element of building trust with your subscribers. I'd rather this be, so much of this is not about attracting new. It's not about building the audience. Like, I get off these things and I'll look at like my new subscribers or something. I might get 2 or 3 new subscribers at a time from something like this. But I that's not, for me, that's not the point. For me, the point is talking to people that already enjoy and follow my work. It's rather for them. It's rather like, okay, you read my newsletter. What's this guy even sound like? This is what I sound like. This is what I look like. Take it or leave it. And so I think that goes a long way with building trust amongst your subscribers, with the people that really enjoy your work, people that gave you their email address. So yeah, this is wild. Now, you know what though? Has anyone ever seen people streaming, but they have different phones up? I think that's how people get away with not doing it through something like StreamYard. which makes sense. Cause like I'm looking at this and it's like, okay, it's cool, I guess, that there's a this, the I guess that's cool that there's a ticker and I could put, that, that I could do that. I guess that's cool. But like, I think maybe having just the phone up, like maybe I stream on Substack normally, and then maybe I just use my phone to stream to YouTube. Maybe I don't know. I don't know because it's like StreamYard costs money. StreamYard costs like I think it's 25 or 30 or something dollars a month. Colby, yeah, I mean, I guess I could. I mean, geez, I saw someone say recently that they did an interview with someone, and they were reading it back. Like the person on the Zoom was like reading AI answers or something, which seemed weird. So I guess this could be done with AI. Like I guess it could monitor the chat and make answers for me that I could read, but that's no fun. That's no fun. We don't want to do that. An AI clone of Seth. It's going to be hard with all the weird and wonderful things that I can sometimes just let fall out of my dumb mouth. So I can hear the boing boing sounds now that I have my earbuds in. So there's like video clips I could play on this. An intro video. I'm not even gonna click that. Not even gonna click that. There's so many sounds. No. Why is there a gunshot sound? There doesn't need to be a gun. What? This is ridiculous. We don't need a gunshot sound, people. This is so dumb. Cam, welcome. Anyone new to the chat, I'm just testing out StreamYard, which is how you could see all this thing here, the ticker. So I'm simultaneously streaming here and to YouTube, just trying it out. Why not? I think that's cool that I could switch between these two banners. That's kind of neat. If you got questions, put it in the chat. People can show up and they can see that, and they can put that right in the chat. And where's that other thing where I could put up? No, don't remove that. There's so much here. There's a teleprompter in here. Everybody, I'm checking out StreamYard. Why not? And now I'm just looking for the thing where I could put big announcements up, and I can't find that again. Not banners. Not that. Yeah, Substack gives you the possibility. It gives you a RMTP code or whatever the hell it's called, and that's how you could stream with OBS into Substack. So you could stream with whatever thing you have into Substack. So if it does it with that, it could do it with StreamYard and all these other ones. So there's just so much to this streaming thing. Example banners, there they are. Media assets. It's not that. please, let's make this helpful for everyone. If anyone's got questions about leaving social media, please just put that in the chat. I'd love to help answer any questions anyone might have. The dynamic camera. What the hell is this? Go. Okay. That's weird. There is so many options here. Oh, now I know. Testing out StreamYard. Add banner. And then I could just do that. Testing out. There we go. Look at that. How silly. This is also so. Jax, I was stoked for a second. I was like, wow, 3 people watching on YouTube. And it's 2 of you. So, or maybe there are 3 people. I don't know. So, thank you for that. All right, that's kind of neat. Erica, Monica, both kind of asking the same questions. Launch a B2C business from zero without using Instagram or TikTok. How do you reach people how do I reach people if I'm not using socials? I mean, the business to consumer thing. I mean, yes, all like that's the thing. I mean, there are some things like if your audience is if everyone's on social media, if you're trying to sell kitschy t-shirts to like very online people, you might need to be online. You might need to be on TikTok. So it depends, I think, on what that B2C business is. Now, but there's so many other avenues. Again, it depends on what you're selling, I think. But I jokingly say, like, have you tried billboards? And then people look at me like, what the hell are you talking about? I'm like, okay. Maybe not billboards. Let's try something out. How about skywriting? How about a commercial, on TV? There's so many ways to reach potential customers. It just so happens that social media is the one that's like free, and everybody is like, that's where everybody is. And like, it costs no money to get started. And like, but it does cost money. It costs effort. It costs time and energy. So, the bench advertising, yes. I mean, totally. Like, how do you get music out there to people if you don't use social media? Well, you book a show on a Tuesday night in front of 12 people or 4 people. How do you get your poetry out into the world? You print it on your printer at home and you make copies of it and you leave it on bus stations or whatever, at bookstores, or you put up a flyer at your local coffee shop. Boy, the questions are coming in hot now. I love this. So, yeah, Erica, so that, I mean, it's a roundabout. Again, I don't know super detailed what the B2C business is to go from 0 to Instagram. One thing I would think too is like, who doesn't have 0? And talk to those, talk to people that have 100, or talk to people that have 100,000 whatever subscribers or followers. How could you borrow their platform to tell people about what you do? That's a lot. It's a lot. But like, how, if you were able to get on a YouTube stream or like a YouTube video, a YouTube channel with someone, or a podcast that has, 50,000 listeners, and they got to talk about your thing, Could that help? Probably, because it's vetted. It's, hi, I'm this person with a big audience, and I brought this person on because I trust them and I like what they're doing and I want everybody to know about it. That's another big way. Is it easy? No, because you can't, going from 0 to 50,000 um is hard unless you know that person with the 50,000 followers. So get to know some. So before you get to those 50,000 followers, get to the people that have 50 followers. Get to the people that have 500 followers. Um, Getting mentioned or doing cool and exciting work with other people that are doing cool and exciting things is a way to introduce your thing to their audience for zero money, basically. It just takes some creativity and ideas and energy to do that. And I think that somewhat answers Monica part of Monica's questions too, how to reach people if you aren't using socials. That's what I do. I do a lot of podcasts. People ask, lucky me, I mean, good problem to have. Yeah, lucky Seth, you get to, yeah, people ask me to be on their podcasts. And a lot of people discover me from that. But also too is years ago, Laura Kidd asked me, we met on Twitter years ago. They were very big as a musician. They're a musician, Laura Kidd, pen friend. They make music and they're a big believer in email lists. And we got talking about email lists on Twitter and my disdain for social media. And they're like, hey, I like what you write about. You should come on my YouTube channel. And so we recorded a Zoom and they edited it super nicely and we put it up. And I got like 100 some subscribers from that, from me going on their channel and talking about the thing. Now, I developed trust. I developed, I had to message my thing in a good way. I had to be good with the words, and that helps, And so that also took me 25 years from starting a music blog in 2001. So get really good at talking about the thing that you like talking about and want to talk about, and in a way, do cool stuff with cool people. Find cool people at, in around your creative orbit and go from there. Maybe that's the quick live chat answer. There's a lot of nuance to that. Everyone's situation is different, but kind of the Daniel, great question. Do you recommend importing subscribers from a different email platform? It depends. If you want to use Substack as your primary way to get the word out, it could be a good idea because one, it's free. You don't have to pay to have a bunch of email people on your email list. That's a good thing to get the word out. But I do like using, and I've seen other people do this, and I learned this from Cody Cook Parrott, is to keep two. One is the broad distribution, everybody, and then they use what do they use? They use not Kit. They use another email platform of people who bought from them, of people who paid for things. And so that is a neat way to keep two email lists that you don't have to synchronize. You don't have to match them up. People that want to be removed from, like, hey, I bought something from you in the past, they could just unsubscribe from that. You don't need to match them up all the time, because that's a tricky thing that people get into, is they try to keep the two. Oh, if people unsubscribe from Substack, I have to go over on this one and unsubscribe too. Like, that gets really tricky. I don't think we want to give ourselves more administrative work to do. So it depends. If you just want to, like, send out emails to everybody, Substack can do that really well. But if you want to start, like, because there are emails I send out to smaller groups, people that sign up for our Zoom like calls that I do on Thursdays and Saturdays, I send out replays. I use Kit to send to just those people. Heck yeah, Cam. Launching low ticket products, running referral traffic. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't know you could edit Zoom. Do you mean like, I mean, download the videos, you mean, and all that stuff? Yes, Monica, if someone wants to stay, they will. Yeah. That's the big thing. Yeah. If and I put that in my emails, those kit emails. I also send out emails with Memberful, which is for my paid membership. So but I tell people there too, like if you unsubscribe from that, that's not going to unsubscribe you from Substack. A big degree of this is let we're adults. We're adults. You know, I said this earlier in the stream because I asked if people got the notification that I went live. I didn't know if that went out, and people said yes. And a lot of us can be very cautious about that. We don't. Oh, I don't want to bother anybody. I don't want to be too spammy. But by doing that, sometimes we're holding back our magic, our art, because people did sign up to hear from us that they want the thing that we do. And like, if people, it sounds weird saying this. I don't mean it this way, but like, if people want to hear more from Seth, like, give it to them. And thankfully, some people do. So some people saw that email. It was like, oh, I'm going to go listen to Seth's live stream. Cool. And everybody else, though, and this is where I'm getting at, was if people are tired of that, oh, Seth, another email from Seth, they can unsubscribe. They can leave. Like, let people leave. And that's okay too. Like, make room for like people that really like your work. So yeah. Monica, great. Yes. If someone wants to stay, they will. Cool, Danielle. I hope that answered that question a bit. Because Danielle, that could be a lot to that. There's a lot of nuance to that of like what your goals are and how you want to operate. But yeah. When I started out my newsletter, Heavy Metal Email, back in 2021, I tried building a community first. I used Circle back in 2021. And I had 19 people there. And I was like, I'm trying to build a community. And it didn't work at all. No one gave a crap. I couldn't get any. So I was like, screw this. I exported those 19 people. I threw them into Substack, and that's where we are today. So, yeah, the email list for me is that big thing. And yeah, I don't mess around too much with big time segments or anything like that. Erica Cruz, what are your thoughts on starting a business and having a 9 to 5? Well, way back in the day, back in 2001, I had a full-time office job, and paid the bills, health insurance, all that. It was a computery job, but it was a glorified data entry job. But it was the kind of job where they came up to me with like a stack of papers and they were like, "Oh, we just need these put into the system. I'll come back on Thursday. When you're done." And me being like an AOL Instant Messenger nerd kid from the back in the day, yeah, I'd have that done that afternoon. But I'm not going to tell them that. So I got it done quick. And then I literally, down in the corner of my computer screen in 2001, I would work on my music blog while on the clock. I don't recommend that. You probably shouldn't do that these days. Everybody's watching, everybody's looking. But yeah, I launched a music blog and kept that for like 2 years. I did that, updating the site and doing stuff on the site while on the clock, while at a 9 to 5. And that was 25 years ago. I didn't know shit of what I was doing. I didn't think it would ever lead to me being able to do anything close to what I'm doing now, of like, getting to write for part of my living, and I do some other cool stuff with like record labels. I work with some cool people. So knowing what I know now, yeah, just start. If you could start it while you have that 9 to 5, because the thing that you start today is not going to be the thing that it's going to be in 5 years. So do it now safely, because you give yourself more grace and cushion to make mistakes. Because even, I was talking about it earlier in the chat that, like, I've been doing this newsletter since 2021. It does not look the way it looked back in 2021. I learned a lot along the way of how I wanted to do this. If I would have stuck with, like, well, I guess I'm just doing a paid newsletter on Substack, I would not have met probably like 90% of the people in the chat right now. Like, I've met so many amazing people because in 2023, I discovered I'm going to start doing Zoom calls and talking about leaving social media with people. If you want to come hang out, let's talk. And so, and that's this, our upcoming Zoom calls. You could check out the schedule there. But I couldn't have known that. If I would have, like, had to make my newsletter like work and make money like back in 2021, I would have been maybe forced or thought that I had to do the paid newsletter, and I would have kept trying and kept like really hustling to make that work, even though for me, looking back, that was round peg square hole. Whereas me doing the Zoom calls on a weekly basis and having a membership, oh, that's the thing that works. So, like, yeah, I would definitely start something on the side during or after the 9 to 5. Monica, you put it on the calendar. Wow. Yeah, I do try to keep to a I'm of two minds. Like, it's good to have a calendar or a regular schedule, but yeah, sometimes you don't need to. No, usually no one's like, I say usually, but usually no one's like waiting at their inbox for your email. But when it shows up, it shows up. Flowdesk, that's the name of it. That's the service that Cody Cook Parrott uses. Cool, Danielle. Yeah, if you have a few hundred in Flowdesk. Now, what I might recommend is, instead of just importing them into Substack, is what you could do is maybe you could like write something that would super, like, because you say you have a few hundred, they found you on YouTube, bought from you, blah blah blah. You could write like a post aimed at those people on Substack. You don't even have to send it out as a newsletter. Just make it a post. Make sure you have a few of those subscribe blocks in there. And then just send a link to that post to those Flowdesk people. Because then they can go over and see that and be like, oh, I want this stuff too. And then they can subscribe to that and make it, note that. Say, hey, you're on this list over here, but I just want to let you know I'm writing over here on Substack. You could do it that way. I'm always of the mind of, like, personally, and like, if you're trying to grow from like another list, you have other people elsewhere. You have people in your creative orbit that might not like even know of Substack, or they don't go online very often, whatever. I like the idea of, instead of sending the link to your Substack, like, hey, here it is, you can subscribe. I like writing a post kind of molded around them, or something that's useful for them. Maybe there's something you wrote or entertaining for them. Maybe there's something you wrote a year ago or 2 weeks ago that they might really like. Just copy and paste that link into an email to them. Email them directly. Hey, haven't heard from you in a while. It's good talking to you. It was good seeing you the other day, blah, blah, blah. By the way, I thought you might like to read this, and let them go to that, because on Substack, everything gets its own page, and then they can subscribe if they want. It's a little more, instead of you asking for a subscription, you're giving them this cool, interesting thing that you thought they might like to read, because you know them, might lead to a nice subscriber. For those of you who have subscribers, do you track metrics like open rate? I glance at open rates. I don't pay much mind to them these days. There's a lot of changes. Substack has talked about this. There's a lot of changes to how Gmail handles opens, and like, because it's a privacy issue. Apple is big on that too. They don't like letting people know. They don't like letting services know of who opens emails and stuff like that. Again, it's privacy issue. I don't the only time I really dip into open rates for myself is, wow, if it's below 15 or 10%, might signify that something's wrong, like some behind the scenes stuff. But I don't look too much into it, because having a look. Yes, I know. I mean, part of my day job, I do email marketing with a record label. Part of the day job stuff is, we got to watch deliverability. Your email open rate can't be too low, because then that signifies like maybe it's spammy, so more of your emails don't get delivered. That sucks. But I don't get too much into that with Social Media Escape Club. And really, that's a big reason why, and we talked about this on a recent Zoom call. Hamish from Substack, the co-founder of Substack, even said, like, email is great, but don't let it be your only distribution channel. That doesn't mean be on 18 social media platforms, but I think for me, it means have a website. So if people don't get your emails, if people stop getting your emails, like maybe Gmail puts them into promotions or spam, or MSN like starts blocking your emails and they don't get delivered, maybe people can remember, oh, like for me, there's a writer, John Gruber, big Mac nerd, who I've been reading since like 2003 or 4. I'm not subscribed to his email list. I don't think he has an email list. He's on Twitter, I think. But I just visit his website once or twice a day because I like what that person, John Gruber, talks about of Mac stuff. So that's a distribution channel. A website is a distribution channel. So like if you get people used to like going to your site to find new stuff, I write way more on socialmediaescapeclub.club, my website, socialmediaescape.club. I write way more on there than I do my Substack. Michael, yes. Open rates are a check engine light. Yeah. Yeah. It's, look at other things too. Are people replying to your emails? Are people clicking your emails? Again, like some of these things are more contingent on them actually being delivered. It's tricky, but yeah, it's email opens and email metrics. They're not a super duper hardcore science. Again, some of the platforms like Apple, like Microsoft, Gmail, Google, huge. Gmail is the biggest one out there. So what they say goes, and like it's all algorithmic. It's hard to like figure it out. Yes, there's basic practices. Don't put too many exclamation points in your subject line, or there's all this like mystical stuff of what you should or you shouldn't do. So also have a website. Let people know, like, because with a website, you can have an RSS feed and people can subscribe to RSS feeds. Seth, no one thinks about RSS feeds. We did until Google Reader took it away. We were big on RSS feeds. We knew that. Come on, people. We have agency and autonomy. We are smart. We could figure out news feeds. Every Substack has an RSS feed, so you don't even have to worry about deliverability. Everybody will always get every post that you send. That's different. I know it's tricky if you have paid posts, but that's another thing. Yeah, Cam. I mean, with like I said, it's Gmail and all these that are they're doing stuff to your emails that are out of your control, and they're going places that are out of your control. So yeah, like Michael said, the open rates are a check engine light. In my day job, if it dips below 30% or something like that, shit, might need to do something, fix that. But for the most part, yeah, it's open rates. I would go more for, who's replying to your emails, who's hitting reply. And I don't mean Substack comments. I mean, who's actually hitting reply? Most of your readers probably read your newsletter in their inbox. Who's hitting reply? Oh, Monica, I've got suggestions for having your own website. Oh boy. Yeah, I talked about this quite a bit on, if you go to socialmediascape.club, you'll find some interesting stuff on there. But my suggestions are, a website doesn't have to be like fresh out of the gate, a big giant experience. A website could be a one-page site that you build with card. A website can be, a website could be a shared Google Doc. A website could be, which I don't recommend because Google can take your stuff down too. Sorry. But I mean, you think a sales page, a landing page, it can be a Google Doc that you send to people. You give people the link and they go there and they do a thing. And you could turn Notion into a website. There's the ways to do that. You can give it a proper domain name and everything, and it's all built on Notion. There's some great examples of that. A lot of people are doing cool stuff with that. And it's easy to update. Oh, it's so easy to update. I don't super duper recommend Squarespace because it's expensive, but for some, and sometimes it can be tricky to use. Boy, we just talked about this on a Zoom call too. Where am I going? Yeah, suggestions for having a website. I mean, having a website is I think you really should have that in 2026. One of the big things they stress though about having a website in 2026, one of the big things people always say is like, yeah, but nobody goes to it. It doesn't get any traffic. Well, we've been putting our best material up on social media platforms for the past 15 years. That's why no one goes to our website, because we're putting all our good stuff on platforms we don't control. So if we start putting good stuff, cool stuff, exciting stuff on our websites, maybe people will go to it. Like, why do I go to daringfireball.net every day? Because I know John Gruber is going to write something that is going to pique my curiosity. So yeah, you put stuff on your. Yeah, we just talked about this last Saturday, why every artist needs a website. And Monica, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to DM you this. Message. Please don't share this link, but here is the link to some ideas and resources from our. Yeah, we just did this on Saturday from our recent call. So there's a bunch of like further reading on that, site builders, hosting, domains. That call could have been like 8 hours long because there's so much to talk about, but hopefully that should get you started. Yep. There we go. I go to websites every day. We all go to websites every day. Substack's a website. Our banks are websites, I hope you got that link. Substack loves hiding links. So Monica, you should have a DM now about that. Close that. Boop, boop, boop. So Monica, yeah, you've got the replay to that now in your DMs. So again, don't share that link, please. But that's just for you. Danielle Tertulia has a nice and affordable website builder for authors, writers. Cool. Maybe that's something to check out. Love to. So Monica, you'd love to create a library of writing or photography, which is why I don't post my photos on socials. Yeah. Yeah, because that's the thing with websites is every smartphone ships with a browser. Every smartphone, does not have, it doesn't come with Instagram. I think Samsung phones now come with TikTok, but that's a whole nother story. A website's a website. Website can be accessed by anybody. Everybody with a smartphone can access your website. So you could be in a coffee shop and say, "What's your website?" Or more often they're going to say like, "Oh, what's your Instagram?" And then you're like, "I'm not on Instagram. Go to my website." I mean, your mileage will vary, but yeah, I like doing that. I like telling people to go to my website. Matthew, welcome. See some new people joined. I got a bolt. I've been live for an hour and 16 minutes now. This has been really good. Thanks everybody for asking such good questions. These were really some solid things to get the ball rolling. Again, there's so much nuance. There's so many small things to all of this, but hey, together we get closer to the answer. Please come join a live Zoom call that I hosting one this Thursday, turning notes into newsletters, really about like turning your old ideas and stuff into full-fledged things, into full-fledged newsletters or blog posts. We're going to talk about that on Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then on Saturday, we're going to be talking with Kate Ellen, who spent a year with a light phone, got rid of her smartphone, her Smarty smartphone, and got a light phone and has used that for a year. And that's on Saturday. So you can see the link down here, escape.link/live, escape without the A. It's tricky. And, or just go to my Substack. You'll find a link. You'll find the post talking about all these upcoming calls. And they're pay what you want. Start at $3. Real easy to come hang out. And love to see you. Replays for everybody. So everybody, thanks for hanging out. An hour and almost 20 minutes. This has been such a good time. I'll see everybody on the internet. Okay. Thanks for hanging out. Have a great and wonderful Wednesday. Now I have to go make coffee for real now. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Jax. Good seeing you all. Goodbye, all.